What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Martin, aka Level, here, back today with another video. Now this time, ladies and gentlemen, BTS Euphoria, theme of Love Yourself Wonder. Now, even though it does say BTS Euphoria, from my understanding, this song is actually out of the perspective and sang from the homie JK. So you guys feel the need to correct me down below, but you guys have definitely told me that JK is the one that sings it, and he definitely does a performance regarding this song as well that we will react to in a separate video. And the only reason I say that is because either this is a long music video or a little movie, which I'm not complaining. The more time we see the boys, the more BTS, the better on this channel, right? 8 minutes and 52 seconds long. So I don't exactly, either that's a long song or there's lots of cinematic shots in here and maybe some deep dive and some theories that we can maybe come up with as we go throughout the video and at the end as well. So usually I like to wait till the end of the video to do the deep dive. If I have any additional comments here or there, I'll keep those for the very end. But as I start to notice stuff in between, we're gonna have to call it out, because otherwise 8 minutes and 52 seconds could turn into a whole hour with me. Y'all know how I get to talking. But let's not waste some more time. Let's get right into it. Euphoria, theme of Love Yourself Wonder. Let's get, I mean, you guys have been hyping this up, so let's not, drag this on any longer. This intro is going to be long enough as it is. Smash that like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel, as all these things help out the channel moving forward. And without any further ado, let's get into the video. We'll listen to the song first and then go into the music video. Wow. Oh, his voice. His voice is so lovely, bro. You can hear the love and the hurt from his voice. The happiness and the sadness. Oh, I can see this performance being beautiful. Voice, man, I can't get over it. Oh, this song is giving me chills. Bro, this song is about to really make me teary-eyed. Oh my goodness. Round of applause. I see why y'all recommended this. Oh my goodness, bro. This was beautiful. Stellar. This was stunning. I love this. Absolutely love this. Man, the lyrics for this song, and from what you guys were telling me and from everything that I had kind of seen, this song is written from the perspective of JK, not about Army, but but about his feeling towards the boys, I believe, right? The experiences that they've had, the love that they share. Sometimes I can't even lie, when it comes to telling your true emotions, it's hard to find the right words to say how you feel. JK executed the words perfectly, and he probably still will tell you, I just quite didn't get to say the things I wanted to say, but I hope this touches you and I hope this reaches you. I hope you understand how I feel about you all from what I was able to find, what words I was able to find. I hope it was enough to tell you how I really feel. But man, in my eyes, JK found the perfect words, the perfect sentences, the perfect phrases to explain what he feels for the group and how them being a part of his life has had what impact it's made on him. I don't know what this feeling is, whether this is all a dream. I think we've all kind of had experiences like this once in our life before, either with a loved one or a best friend. Someone in our life has given us a moment in our lives that we'll never forget. That happiness that we have and that memory that we've created with them, it does feel like a dream, doesn't it? It feels so good and feels you're just filled with so much, you know, happy sadness and love and just happiness at one time that it doesn't feel real. And he feels like this, what seems like with the boys all the time. For something to make you feel like it's not even real, that that it's not even real, that it has to be a dream. That feeling is it's non you can't describe it. It's beautiful. I mean, it's one of those you just have to experience it to know. I'm so happy I can't breathe. My surroundings become more transparent. All I see is you guys. All I want to be is with you. Nothing else matters. It's just a blur. He's got tunnel vision for the boys right now. He only sees them. He doesn't see anybody else, especially when you're creating memories and experiencing feelings like this. How could you? If I was JK, this is a love, and it sounds like it as well, that I would never give up. I'd die for. This isn't something I'd want to give up at all. Never in my life. I would want to feel this feeling for the rest of my life. The saying right here, I absolutely love it. Again, so simple, but so meaningful and so impactful. You are the cause of my euphoria. I can't think of any other way for him to tell the boys that they are the reason for his happiness, right? And a little bit of that, deals with Army as well, right? We have that impact on them as well. But I get the sense of just listening to the song, this was strictly for the boys, right? They write a lot of songs about us. This was his song to express to the boys how he feels about them. And to be told you are the cause of my euphoria. Again, remember, euphoria is the intense feeling of excitement and or happiness, right? And they are the cause of that. That's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to say. Even if the desert becomes cracked, no matter who shakes this world, don't let go of the hand you're holding. Don't wake up from this dream. Everyone's hand in hand. We are doing this together. There's nothing that could break us up. There's nothing that will ruin these memories and these feelings that we all have for each other. Nothing. This is a bond that could never be broken. Lyrics like this give you that sense of family with them, right? If you never, it's hard to believe that they're not brothers. It would be hard for me to believe that anybody thinks that they don't have that sense of brotherly love towards each other, right? They don't have to share the same blood to be family. They are friends who have made that connection into a brotherhood, right? And the feelings and lyrics that he uses to describe this is something how I would and want to say to my family, right? There's nothing that could break us up because we are family. Family is strong. Family sticks together. And that's what I get from this, is that sense of family from them. They are brothers. They love each other. They are a family, and nothing on this earth is going to break them apart. They just have to hold each other's hand tightly, stand side by side, and face everything on together. Nothing will break them apart. I absolutely love this song. This song was beautiful. It definitely touches my heart. And in knowing what the lyrics actually say, let's move into the music video where we can now watch and listen at the same time. All right, let's get it. Well, hello there, V. Looking good. Oh, I've seen this shot before. From the Rise of Bang 10, I believe. What was going on? Was that V? Yo, that is V. What is going on? It's like beautiful, sad. It's like a whole bunch of a mix of emotions, honestly, all at the same time. We had V covered in blood. Looked like JK getting beat up. Was that J-Hope getting saved from like a burning building? Did y'all see Jimin's eyes just popping in that shot right there? Oh, whoa. That was J-Hope sitting across from V. That was the same shot where he had stabbed that dude, right? Wow, JK is stunning, bro. Just look at him. I've seen this little clip right here before. I think it was like on the Rise of Bang 10. That's a beautiful shot. Hello, sir. Euphoria. Oh, I love that. That low-key gave me chills. His voice is just stunning. That's a good shot right there. Look how happy they look in all these clips, man. They look so young, bro. All these shots are just beautiful. They look so happy and sad at the same time in a lot of these clips. Wow. I feel like he's singing this from like legit his soul and his heart. Like there's so much feeling behind his voice. Beautiful, just beautiful. Now, earlier we saw V jump off of this thing. Y'all know I'm afraid of heights. Shout out to V for being young and reckless, right? Having the courage to do that, because I don't know if I would have been able to. I'm just glad nobody got hurt. Does V notice something that we don't see? Wait a minute. I don't know how I feel about that shot. I'll tell it at the very end. I don't. Wow. Wow, was that it already? Dang, that one. No, we still got a little bit more. No, it's only credits. Oh, I can't believe that ended already. Wow. What a cinematic masterpiece, bro, to be honest with you. And it kind of ends with that just shot close up on JK. Okay, so really quickly, oh my gosh. I feel like this is a mix of like I said at the beginning, I have a mix of sad, happy, joyful, depressing feelings right now from watching that, because okay, so there are different parts of the video that I feel like I maybe understand, and then quite a few I'm just like I don't get that at all. I really don't. I'm very upset. When we get to the Jin shot, I'm gonna say it and I don't want to say it, but we'll get there. Oh, when we get there, it's gonna make me upset just thinking about it. When we get to that point, so I'm gonna hold it down for now. So this part right here, kind of right off the bat, as we see, the homie V is in like this darker black kind of clothing. He looks like not a damaged kid, but a kid who maybe has a lot of anger, a kid who's maybe been hurt, a kid who's maybe been through it. And we see him wearing this black clothing. Later in the song, we see him wearing the full white wardrobe with everybody else. It's almost like that was him pre the group, right? Maybe he felt like he was lost. Maybe he felt like there was no helping him. And then, he jumps into the water almost as if like he had been baptized. Again, this is coming from just kind of like my perspective. In my religion, when you do get baptized, it kind of cleanses you of all your sins and stuff like that. Kind of a new life, a fresh new start. right? And that's what the kind of vibe I got from V jumping into the water. More so the message of starting a new life, right? Because when he comes out of the water and we see him through the rest of the clips, he has that beautiful bright colors on. He has the all white on. The rest of the boys are sitting down here and he jumps from the very, very top, right? It's almost like he's seeing life from a different perspective, right? And maybe he needs to come back down to earth, get that fresh new start, rethink his mindset and stuff like that. And then he'll be one with the boys, or when he does become one with the boys, everything will be fine. His life will change. His life will, in his eyes, maybe even get better. But yeah, he jumped into the water almost as if he's like cleansing of himself. He wants that fresh new start again. Because like I said, later in the video, we see him with all the white attire, the bright colors and stuff like that, which makes it understandable why later in the video, he looks up and he's the one. Whereas everybody in the background's waving, smiling at Jin standing on the platform, he's the one who's kind of a bit confused, or at least has the look on his face like, I've been there before. When he's looking at Jin, he has a different reaction than all the rest of the boys have. Again, maybe because he's seeing it from a different perspective from the outside, specifically someone like V too, because he was one of the last members, I believe the 6th member to join the group, right? So this may be the way he sees his life before joining. Maybe, like I said, it was full of anger. Maybe it was a complete mess. Maybe it just wasn't complete. And then he wants that fresh new start, like I said, jumping into the water, cleansing. And now we are with the boys. Like I said, he was able to maybe remember what it was like to before his life before BTS, just seeing everything from a different perspective. And now when he sees Jin on top of the platform standing there, he also sees that Jin is also seeing the boys from a different perspective as well. We'll get into that perspective a little bit later. Maybe hopefully means something different, but from the way I just first interpret it, it's very upsetting to me to even think about. I don't even want to think about it, but we're going to talk about it later. Now, in these next couple of shots that are about to show, we see the homie JK, Jim, and other members of the group also going through some situations. We have Jimin here sitting outside of this bath. He looks very lonely. We have Suga here surrounded by lots of fire. We have V in a different shot here stabbing a dude. Again, very interesting. That one definitely got me off guard. With this whole kind of like stabbing scene with like V, is it just me or does that look like Jin a little bit? You guys let me know in the comment section down below. But that looks like the homie Jin. When I played it back multiple times, that's who I'm seeing is the homie Jin. So again, y'all let me know in the comment section down below. But we then see later in that same shot where we see V after stabbing this individual, it kind of looks like I said, it looks like Jin here. We no longer see the body here. We no longer see them covered in blood. We do see though V in his black attire leaning against the wall. And I believe it's J-Hope across from him on the opposite wall. Not exactly sure what that means. Just seeing shots like this, man, seeing the boys in positions like this. I know it's just a music video, but this is situations and all kinds of stuff that you definitely don't just want them to see them in. I want nothing but happiness and joy for them. And to see shots like this really drops my heart. I mean, it really shocks me to see visuals like this. I did not expect the V stabbing part. What's interesting is the palm of the hands here. At one point, right now, we get the palm of the hands with blood all over it. And then in the next shot, we get a very beautiful flower in the palm of the hands, or at least petals from a flower, right? Possibly signifying death and life, which again, this part right here, it is Jin who is holding it. This is what makes me draw the concern with later in the video. Again, we'll get to that part later, but with this right here, initially, I just thought bloody hands, death, flowers in the hand, life. We see Jin in a very dark room here. We see him seeing again from, I feel like this music video was from different perspectives throughout the entire time, right? This little film that we're watching here is always about perspectives. I guess we could just talk about it now, and then I'm going to just bring it up as time goes on. I get the sense that Jin is in purgatory here. And for most of y'all that don't know, specifically my religion, but maybe in most religions as well, or just maybe just aspects of how the way people think, a lot of people believe that when you die, you get sent to purgatory. This is where you'll receive judgment, right? So he's been sent, and from what people can maybe hope to describe, or what people project, purgatory is like, it's a dark place, right? It is where you get sent to before the decision is made of whether you go to hell or whether you go to heaven. And when I get this vibe here and I see him in this room, again, earlier it looked like he was the one being stabbed by V. If he truly was the one being stabbed by V, then one can only assume that this is his blood on his hands and these flowers represent a new life, right? I don't exactly know if that is the case, but when he opens the windows here, we get that shine of light as he's looking up. Again, as if he's looking up to heaven, that shine of light, projecting down almost gives it that sense of like heaven, right? We're going to go ahead and skip here in just a moment all the way to this part right here when they're at the dock again. And they're looking up at Jin standing on the platform. Right off the bat, as I saw this, it raises question here. I mean, it's interesting that V's the one who is concerned, or just has a puzzled look on his face when he looks up at Jin. Everybody else is waving goodbye. Everybody else is smiling and happy. He is the one who is a bit unsure, I guess, of what he's seeing, or maybe it's because he's familiar with the situation. Like I said at the beginning of the music video, he is the one who was standing on the platform wearing the all black. Now we see Jin here standing with the all white. And actually, this is where I think, I don't want to get into, and I hope I'm completely wrong, but I do want to share the way I feel about, initial reactions and stuff like that with you guys. Earlier in the music video, what we were just talking about the death and life, it does look like, just from the shots here that we are given, he is looking over the boys, right? He's looking up, he's looking down to them, they are looking up to him. We see Jin pull out this camera, right? Earlier I talked about perspectives. He is literally seeing the boys through a different perspective, through a different lens, from a different view, right? From a higher view. It almost looks like from here that he is looking down to them from heaven or from the sky. That is the visual that I get from this. I hope I am completely wrong. I don't even think I'm close, but just kind of how I'm seeing everything, this was the first thing I thought of. I don't even want to talk about death. I don't even anything like that when it comes to the boys. I do not want to talk about any of it, right? But it kind of makes me wonder if this is the case, because with this song, again, earlier we got Euphoria, right? We defined it. It's that intense feeling of happiness and joy and stuff like that. Watching all these shots, I definitely get that sense of joy and happiness, specifically from the homie JK. Throughout this entire video, it does, even though everybody else is shown, he is in the middle in a lot of shots. Everybody's kind of surrounding him, we are seeing it, I feel like, from his perspective, but also from the perspective of the other boys as well. In these shots, you can get that sense of joy and happiness from the boys being together, right? That sense of fulfillment, the complete, right? There's no empty space here. The boys have filled what empty space was there with the joy and happiness and love that they share with one another. And I get this vibe because with this shot here, because I feel like Jin is sending a message here that when it's all said and done, God forbid, that's 100,000 years away. When it's all said and done, he is grateful, happy, thrilled to have met the boys, right? They have filled that love and happiness and completed that part of his life that maybe was empty, right? That maybe something was missing. They were that fulfillment, right? When I get this shot here, I kind of just get the sense of when he's looking down at them, and we are getting this shot, that when it's all said and done, he is, whether it's the music career and saying goodbye or whatever else, God forbid, that he is happy to have met them. There's nobody else he'd rather be in a group with. There's nobody else he'd rather spend this time with. He is so grateful and so proud to have been a member of this group, and even more to have met these boys and gone through the things that they gone through together. And if this were the case in everything that I'm talking about, we see the homie Jin here looking down, smiling at them, right? He's happy, even though he's not there with them, together on the same level. He is seeing them from a different view. He's happy to see that they're happy, that they miss him, that they're thinking of him, right? He's just happy to see them. The next shot with Jin cuts to this beautiful shot here. His eyes are so glossy and watery. It looks like he wants to cry. It's breaking my heart, to be honest with you. But he does look puzzled. He does look a little bit upset. But in an instant, all of it quickly fades and turns into this beautiful smile that we see on Jin's face. Maybe after he really thinks about all the times and things that the boys have been through together, the times that he's shared with them, all the memories he's created, all the love and happiness that has been formed because he was a member of the group, all the experiences that he's had being a part of BTS can't help but bring a smile to your face, right? It's emotional. It's a beautiful moment. We are not members of the group. And even though I joke about it sometimes, when it's all said and done at the end of their careers and they're ready to hang it up for the last time, right? And they're retiring from music, whenever that may be. Hopefully that never happens, and hopefully I'm not here to see it. But when it happens, he has no regret. And he has all the beautiful memories to look back on. Even as an adult now, when I look back about my times as a high school student, right? I think of all the beautiful moments that I shared and had with my friends. And it can't help but bring sadness and emotion and tears to my eyes to even think about. I can't even imagine what kind of emotions the boys would feel through the endless amount of times, right? We're talking about 4 years of my life to go back and think on, as opposed to the years and years of music, the thousands and thousands of memories, moments shared with all these boys, rooming together in a small apartment, traveling the world in bon voyages, the blood, sweat, and tears poured into all their dances, all the music, all the performances, right? That's an emotion that nobody will be able to understand but them. And I feel like with this music video, we get a little bit shared to us of what it's like being in their shoes, right? As far as like feeling that happiness, feeling that sense of euphoria, what it would almost be like to be the 8th member of the group. We are the 8th member as Army. We are all the 8th member, and they've made that known. But we definitely get them to break the fourth wall here as they look into the camera multiple times, as if they acknowledge that we are here as well. Now, again, this video is going to be pretty long, so I do apologize. But one other thing we definitely have to get into that kind of just doesn't make sense here a little bit, and at the same time it kind of does, is the homie Jimin here. And it starts with this clip right here. Like, they're almost honestly in an attire for like a hospital. Something's definitely not well. It looks like they're in like hospital gowns here. We have the homie Jimin holding on for dear life to the homie J-Hope. Look at the heartbreak in Jimin's eyes. I mean, he has a firm grip on the homie J-Hope's hands, and he has this sense of just brokenness, this sense of just upset and sadness on his face that's honestly heartbreaking, as if J-Hope is like maybe leaving the hospital and Jimin does not want him to go, which makes this next scene right here even more upsetting. Why is it that Jimin is the only one in a hospital gown? Like, this album, Love Yourself, the intention of it is to love. Before you can love anybody else, you have to love yourself first. And RM and the boys have made this very clear from the get-go. It's like at this point, Jimin still hasn't moved on. He hasn't loved himself yet. So because of that, because he still has these mixed emotions about himself, he's not allowed to leave. He is still suffering with that insecurity of just maybe having things about himself that he just doesn't like and he absolutely hates. And that's what makes this even more upsetting, because we see it multiple times throughout this shot. First of all, we have to kind of just stop it here. The homie here, look at the expression on his face. This is so adorable and cute, bro. Him running here is so darn funny. But we have to just kind of point out the fact that in this spot right here, if that is the case and he hasn't truly accepted himself, if he isn't loving himself fully, then this shot here is just so upsetting, because when they all are running down the hallway, if they are running to the hallway, I mean, we get to this point right here where, again, the boys are now gone. It's the same time, because we get that sense of like that sunset vibe, the warm colors and stuff. So we know it's taking place at the same time where the boys were just running through that little cafeteria right there, right? As it cuts to this hallway, Jimin is by himself. As if, again, everybody else is gone. He's the only one. He's the only one in this attire, and he's running through the hallway. Now, as he approaches the exit door here, he stops. Again, almost as if it's kind of like locked for him. He's not allowed to leave. He's not allowed to go, because he hasn't fully accepted that yet. That love for himself, he has to do that first. Eventually, it does look like he does, and he is able to leave, because one, we hear the door open here in just a moment, but two, we see the boy Jimin finally getting rid of hospital gown, the attire, whatever you want to call it. Now the boys are running with him. He is not running down this hallway alone. He accepts himself. He loves himself, all the good and the bad. He does not care. He loves himself and who he is and for what he stands for. Battles that he's maybe fought in the past of trying to leave but just can't. And now we get the shot of where he actually gets to leave. He throws off that hospital top. He throws on his own shirt and he's running with the boys, finally side by side with them, and finally gets to go. That's why this is upsetting, is because I've seen lots of clips, especially one of the clips that makes me emotional a lot of the times is there was a video a while back where I saw Jimin talk about how I guess how insecure he is about his voice, and I guess people were teasing about his voice or whatever, like he was getting lots of hate at that time, and Suga had told him, I love your voice, I like your voice, you know, and it kind of just put a smile on Jimin's face. I hate the fact that the boys would even, you know, that people in the world are so ugly enough to just, again, for a group that preaches positivity, that they feel the need to be so ugly and just rude to these kind of boys. Again, people who aren't out here dissing on anybody, people who, a group of boys who spread love and that positivity to everyone, regardless of your story. They want love to reach everyone anywhere across the world. And people feel the need to be ugly towards them. I hate for Jimin, V, RM, Suga, Jin, JK, any of them to even feel this way. They are perfect to us. They are beautiful inside and out. And I it's easier said from the outside talking about them that we wish that they would understand that. But even myself has gone through insecurities, things about myself that I don't like, things that I wish I could change, but I just can't. I think we've all gone through this once, but that's the whole message of the album, is to love yourself. Even the things that I say that I don't like about myself, it is what makes me me. It is what makes me unique and different. The fact that we are all different, the fact that we all have our own stories and we all have our own personalities, it's unique. It's beautiful. The message behind that is, it's touching. It's heartwarming, honestly. With all these beautiful shots, JK's voice really does set the mood and the tone for this music video, to be honest with you. I mean, his voice complements the shots that we're seeing so well. They go hand in hand. They just add that bit more of emotion to the song and to the video, if we're being completely honest. I love the entire music video, or this little kind of like, I feel like I watched just a small movie, to be honest with you. I love every bit of this video. But this shot here and this shot here are my absolute favorite. Seeing all the boys stand side by side, seeing them together just puts a smile on my face. And even now when I look at them, I wish I would have been here for this time. I wish I was here, you know, years and years ago to witness this. Look how just, even though they're young and still beautiful and handsome and stuff now, for those of you who have been Army for a long time, you've really got to see the boys grown up. And that is one thing that I'm so jealous of you of. I never got to see them become, you know, young teenagers to the young men that they are now. I just have got to experience that within a year's time of watching some of their older clips, right? And catching that moment of, and seeing the growth from all the way from a young age till now. It's a beautiful thing, but it just doesn't hit the same as it would being an Army with you guys, watching them from the very beginning, again, growing up and just becoming young, handsome, amazing young men. It's something about you specific Army who can relate to that I'm very jealous of, and I admire you for being here on this journey with them from the beginning, or seeing them at a very young age until now. It's something that I wish I had the ability to experience. Luckily, because of all the content they made, I get the ability to do that now. But seeing it actually happen in real time, it's gotta be amazing. It's gotta be an amazing feeling. This was absolutely amazing. I really, really enjoyed this, and it's almost a tearjerker. It's almost bittersweet to hear this song because, like I said, throughout this song, you can see the beautiful moments, you can see the sad moments, the little clips that they've incorporated here and there throughout this video. But it's JK's voice that completes all of this, right? You can hear the love and the hurt and the sadness and the happiness in his voice at one time. I don't know if this effect has had, I don't know if that's been the effect for you guys from hearing the song, but that definitely was the effect that it had on me. I'm definitely going to be adding this to the playlist. I love this video. Thank you guys for recommending this video. I absolutely love this. The song, the video. I can't wait to do the performance. This has already been a 48 what it looks like, about a 48, 50-minute video for me to have to edit. Hopefully I can shorten that down even in just a little bit, but I definitely love this. I will be watching the performance separately. You'll probably be seeing it post a little bit after this video has come out and dropped, giving it some time. We may even drop it tomorrow or later today, because it's already like past midnight at the time I'm recording this on the early morning of the 15th on Wednesday. Thank you all. This was a beautiful song. I'm so glad I got to experience this. Thank you all for the recommendation. I absolutely love this. Like I said, I'm going to be adding this to the playlist. This touched my heart. I love this, and I can't wait to go back and do the album reactions. I think listening to all those, listening to the albums completely, and putting all the pieces together is really going to make everything come together and just touch your heart even more. But just from a standalone solo song, just listening to it by itself, the message of it is just beautiful. The bond that these boys share is inspiring, and I'm glad to be a part of this journey with all of you. And I'm glad that y'all are, all have been here for throughout my entire journey as well. But that's going to go ahead and do right there, folks. Make sure to hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel, as all these things help out the channel moving forward. And until next time, peace.